darlings, and welcome to Mum Dee Does. I am Dee, a mum who does it all, and today we are playing a game. I will tell you 10 things about myself. 9 of those things are true, and 1 thing is a total lie. And the first one to guess this correctly in the comment section will be the winner, and will be able to ask me 1 question about me, my life, Ronnie, or James, or whatever else you want, and I will make a special video answering that question in as much depth and detail as I can. If you haven't already, be sure to check out this video by here from Happy Homestead channel. It was one of the most fun videos to make for that channel. And make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter as I will be announcing the mystery lie fact in my next publication on the 21st of October. Let's do this! Watching Friends is the way I learned English. When I was about 12 or 13, my uncle gave me a DVD with season 1 of Friends, and I was hooked straight away. It was my favorite show in the whole world. Although I did not understand much of what was going on, it was all in English. Gradually I learned more and more words, and I think that was really the breakthrough of my English learning, because suddenly I had all these phrases in my mind that I could quote, and I knew a way to express my ideas and my thoughts a lot more coherently than what I had learned before in school by learning through textbooks. My name is illegal in Lithuania. When I came over to Britain, I changed it because my Lithuanian name was unpronounceable to everybody. And I changed it to what James called me already, which is Dee, and I took his surname. But then my passport expired and I tried to get a new passport in my new name, and that's when the Lithuanian embassy advised me that 2 letters of the same kind cannot go together. So the name Dee with double E in it is against the Lithuanian language rules, and therefore is illegal. I started playing the guitar when I was 12 or 13 years old, and my teacher was an actual musician in a pop band in Lithuania. He was well known and quite famous, but he also worked at the guitar school that I went to for 3 years. Sadly, it did me no good, as I have no talent. I don't really practice the guitar that much, both then and now. Yay! I would still not class myself as someone who knows how to play the guitar, but I was taught by a famous Lithuanian musician. I was on TV 3 times. One time, we went as a school project to a studio in Lithuania, and we were pretending to be the audience, the live audience. There was no show going on, but we all had to sit and clap when we were told to clap, and boo when we were told to boo, and it was really interesting insight of how live TV is produced. Second time, I was having my eyes checked as a teen, probably about 11, 12, and this TV crew came in saying, could we just do a quick advert? And they were pretending to be the doctors, using these big machines to look into your eyes, and I was the patient. And instead of using that footage on some advert, they actually ended up using it in one of those get well, be well TV programs, and you wouldn't know it's me by watching it because my face was in this giant eye machine, but it was me, and I was on TV, and it was really interesting. And the third time, we were all on TV when a German production company contacted James and actually came out to Edie to film us as part of their Love Rituals in Orkney TV program. And I remember we were just sitting on the bench up in the field telling them about our D&D sessions. So I have to admit I have not watched the final results because I'm just so afraid of so cringiness. But Ronnie was on TV at that time too, and so there's the 3 times that I have been on TV.
Awesome.
I am a council's registrar here on the island of Ely. And when Ron was born, I was allowed to register my own child's birth. So James was my informant and I was the official registrar, filling in all the official birth certificates for Ronnie. And it was really fun to do because I had to fill my name in twice, one as a child's mother and then one as the registrar registering it. And I did actually phone up the council and I said, this kind of sounds a bit fraudulent, but they said it was fine because I just can't help being both the registrar and Ron's mum. So yes, not many people can say that, but I've actually registered my own child's birth. When I was 15 or 16 years old and I left my dad's house and started living with my nan, I went through a bit of a rebellious stage and dyed my hair. For a while I had red hair, and it wasn't classy red either, it was like neon red. It only lasted a week or so, but it's a fun fact. My dad's girlfriend became a famous pop musician during the time that she lived with us. So for a while I lived with a famous person in my house, and I don't have a good thing to say about it, or about her, or about them. But it is a fun fact, I guess. I grew up in a household with a famous person. Before we came to Edy, I worked in an accounts department for a small firm in South Wales, and the finance director, and therefore my boss in the company, was an Olympic powerlifting champion. He actually had medals and he competed in the Olympic Games and the strongman competitions and things like that, and we were very proud of him. But at the same time, he was a really down-to-earth person and a really good boss. And I have to say, it's probably a job that I miss the most. When I was little, I had a dog. Her name was Lotta, and I also had 3 guinea pigs. But then one day, the guinea pigs were gone, and so was the dog. And my dad actually said that the dog went to a big farm where it could live happily ever after, and probably for about 5 or 6 years I actually believed that was the story until a neighbor of mine said, you know, that's the sort of thing parents say to their children when they have their dogs put down. So I was really sad at that stage. Ronnie is a baron. When he was born, we did not know what Christmas presents to get him. So we got him a silver coin and a title of a baron from Sealand. Now, I don't know how much that actually matters or what it means, but it was a little bit of fun. So Ronnie is a baron. Lord Ronald. So let me know in the comments down below which one you think is a lie, and if you are the first to get it correctly, you will be the winner. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe down below to find out what Mum D does next week. Ta-ta for now! To the little boy there. Bye-bye, little boy. Bye-bye.